If you're serious about getting rich on YouTube, here is the honest truth. Consistently uploading videos and chasing views and subscribers will not get you anywhere unless you master the skills that turn your channel into a money-making machine. Skills that top creators use to make the kind of money that they do. Skills that I learned the hard way after 4 years of trial and error. And honestly, I do not want you to go through that ordeal. I want you to save on your time, on your money, and hit the ground running. So, this is what we are going to do. You are going to assess your channel to see if it has a strong foundation, which means, are you in the right niche? Is your branding on point? And are you creating value-driven content? Because these things are the backbone of your channel. And don't worry if you haven't nailed these, because we already have a ton of videos on the channel explaining you step by step how to go about it. So make sure you go check them out. And once you have your basics covered, then you are going to focus on the 6 skills that we are covering in this video. These are the only things that you need to focus on if your aim is to get rich as a faceless channel in 2025. And you cannot skip number 6 if you want to make sure that you are able to do the other 5 correctly. So let's get started. Now, if you want to make serious money as a faceless channel in 2025, you need to think like a business owner, not just a content creator. Most people, when they start out, focus on creating the best, most creative videos and chasing views. I did the same. And while that is essential, it is not the only part of the equation. To build a sustainable and a profitable channel, you need to approach YouTube like an entrepreneur. This means focusing on audience monetization, partnerships, branding, and long-term scalability from the very start. What does this look like in real life? It means that you look at revenue opportunities and diversify your income streams early in the game. You explore avenues like affiliate marketing, selling digital products, courses, etc. We will come back to all of this in another point, which is why I'm not covering it here in detail. It also means that you reinvest your early revenue into the business for better equipment, marketing, and hiring to help scale operations. The reason that we're talking about this point first is because approaching your YouTube channel as a business requires a mindset shift. And the sooner you make that shift, the smoother things become as you scale. Now, of course, one thing to keep in mind here is that in order to build a successful business from your faceless channel, you do need to get into the right niche and you need to prioritize audience trust. Trust and attention are where the real money lies. Take the example of Magnates Media. He picked a niche that had high ROI, so he was able to spend his initial time on YouTube focusing solely on the content, because that allowed him not just to gain his audience trust through high quality content, but it also resulted in him earning a lot of money through AdSense because he picked the right niche, and even through sponsorships. Then he went on to monetize that audience further by launching a YouTube course. Now, all of this would not have been possible if he didn't approach his channel as a business and simply focused on creating content and nothing else. Now, if you are wondering how to do this or how to get started with making money on YouTube, we've made a dedicated video showing you 5 different ways, 5 proven ways to make money from day one. So make sure you go check that out. The bottom line here is, don't just create random videos and hope that one goes viral. Approach YouTube like a business owner. Identify a problem in your niche, solve it through your content, build a loyal audience, and then monetize that audience. Now, another skill that you need to get really good at if you want to get rich on YouTube is pattern recognition. Patterns are nothing but recurring trends, behaviors, or structures that can be observed and analyzed over time. On YouTube, patterns are consistent elements like audience behavior, content trends, algorithm signals, all of the things that contribute to a video's success or failure. For example, audiences on YouTube wanting to watch longer content, that is a pattern. AI videos doing really well, that is a pattern. Self-help topics performing better in December and January of every year, that is a pattern. Now take the example of Elux. They recognized that listicles perform very well in their niche. So they started making 15-point listicles and doubled down on that formula once it started working for them. And as a result, just last month, they pulled in over 3 million views, earning anywhere upward of $10,000. Another example is How to AI. They discovered that videos about YouTube Shorts and TikToks consistently performed well for their channel and for their niche. They identified that pattern and made more content around it. And as a result, they grew not only a loyal following, but they made over $45,000 in 2024 alone. The reason that this skill is so important is because when you start to understand patterns, you are not just working harder, you are working smarter. And yes, I am going to tell you how you can become a pro at spotting patterns. The first thing I want you to do is become obsessed with YouTube. Spend time consuming content from a research perspective, and for every video you watch, try and analyze what made it work or what made it not work. Do this repeatedly repeatedly, and you'd be surprised by how much information you end up absorbing. Simultaneously, once you've uploaded 15 to 20 videos on your channel, I want you to become obsessed with your YouTube analytics. Look at metrics like click-through rates, most viewed videos, watch time, longest watched videos, all of those things. When done over a period of time, this data tells you exactly what your audience resonates with the most. The numbers will tell you the exact reason for why something works. Double down on that thing in the future, scrap everything else. For instance, on our channel, we noticed that step-by-step guide videos perform exceptionally well. So do videos about faceless niches, because our viewers love clear, actionable instructions. So we have leaned into that format time and time again, and it has paid off. Another thing that's of grave importance here is the comment section of your videos, because that is full of clues. And now, in addition to studying the analytics of your own channel, I want you to make a list of 10 channels that are similar to yours in your niche. So if you're in the self-help niche, your list might look something like this, and just go analyze their most recent popular videos. These videos reveal what is capturing attention right now in your space. Look for recurring themes. Are there certain topics, formats, or styles that are performing better? Are there specific keywords that keep appearing? Do certain thumbnail designs stand out? The more you analyze, the clearer these trends become. And before you know it, you will be a pro at spotting trends. Growing on YouTube is not just about blindly uploading more videos. It's about being intentional with your strategy. The channels that thrive and make a lot of money are ones that recognize patterns early on and use them to guide their content strategy. And that is exactly what you need to do. Now, closely tied to pattern recognition is the concept of content format, which essentially allows you to put your learnings into actionable, replicable steps. Now, if you want to build long-term wealth on YouTube, mastering content formats is non-negotiable. But what exactly are content formats? In business, the most successful brands focus on one thing and do it exceptionally well. Domino's does not try to sell every type of food. They stick to pizzas and they nail it. GoPro does not try to make every type of camera. They specialize in action cameras, and as a result, when you think of action cameras, you think of GoPro. The same principle applies to YouTube. The channels that make the most money do not try to do everything. Instead, they master certain formats and make it their signature. Johnny Harris, for example, does documentary explainers. He's famous for his map explainer videos. That is a format that he has mastered. Paddy Galloway has become the go-to name for creator analysis videos. It is the format that he has mastered. Magnets Media has mastered the business documentary format. Easy Actually has mastered the sketch format in the self-help space. Channels like 10x Income and Isaac excel at AI videos, while Incognito CEO captivates audiences through storytelling. So when you think of any of these types of videos, business documentaries or AI videos or map explainers, specific channels come to mind, and that is what a content format does. It makes your brand unforgettable and multiplies your revenue opportunities because you become the authority in that space. Another benefit of developing content formats is that it makes your production process a lot more efficient because you get to work with a proven system that works every single time. And this helps you build an audience that keeps coming back for more. So how can you go ahead and master a content format or start building a content format? Well, through trial and error with the intention of arriving at a winning formula for your channel. There is no workaround for this. You need to experiment with multiple different styles, multiple different formats of content, and you need to upload for a period of time to be able to reach a point where you know what you want to create and what is a format that is working for your channel. Once you find the golden formula, then you double down on it and leave everything else behind. Now, in addition to mastering content formats, you also need to master one other thing if you truly want to build a profitable faceless channel, and that is your community. And no, community does not mean your subscribers. It goes a lot deeper than that. It's an ecosystem of platforms that work together to keep your audience engaged and growing outside of the ambit of YouTube. Why? Because relying solely on YouTube's algorithm is a risky game. It's constantly changing. Well, while YouTube is not going anywhere, but tomorrow, if your video was to get taken down or if your channel was to get taken down, you would lose all of that subscriber base. But when you focus on creating an ecosystem ecosystem or a community of your audience, you are ensuring that your audience stays with you regardless of your platform. The easiest way to do this, of course, is by building an email list. It's one of the most powerful tools to connect with your audience outside of YouTube's or any other social media platform's algorithm. And it is one of the easiest things to set up. You can do this by creating a weekly newsletter like AI Genesis does, or you can offer valuable freebies like PDFs, guides, blueprints in exchange for email addresses like How to AI does. For most creators, this is an ongoing process. Over time, it helps them build an audience base that extends beyond the confines of YouTube and can be monetized in multiple ways. Another way to create your audience's ecosystem is to repurpose your long-form content. So from YouTube, you take clips and share them on Shorts and even Instagram and TikTok. Now, while audience conversion between platforms is quite small, which means if this video goes viral on Instagram, it is very likely to translate into real subscribers for YouTube. But these bite-sized pieces of content actually expose your brand to entirely new audiences and thereby expand your community. You do need to keep in mind that you will need to engage this community. Obviously, you cannot just build a community and leave it, so you need to actively interact with them outside of YouTube as well. Think of doing things like polls, Q&As, meetups, things like that help you connect with them in the real world. The goal is to create a space where your audience feels connected to you regardless of the content that you're creating. If you are relying solely on ad revenue or AdSense revenue, you are leaving a lot of money on the table. And while it is an important part of your YouTube journey and AdSense can actually make up a chunk of your revenue if you're getting decent views, it cannot be and it should not be your sole source of revenue. If you want to get rich using YouTube, you have to have a monetization strategy in place from day one. Told you that I would come back to this. This means that ad revenue comes in much later once your channel is monetized. So how can you monetize beyond AdSense and how can you monetize before you even get AdSense? Well, there are a few proven ways. One option is to sell digital products like ebooks, PDFs. 10x Income has successfully done this. Another option is creating and selling a course. Channels like How to AI, AI Guy, Magnets Media, they have all successfully monetized their expertise and knowledge by selling valuable courses. Affiliate marketing is another powerful tool. By promoting products and services and earning commissions on them, you are able to make a solid chunk of revenue by recommending things that you genuinely use and believe in. Now, I would suggest that you sit down and chart out a revenue goal for yourself and then combine 2 to 3 of these strategies together to reach that goal while also growing your channel. For instance, 2 strategies that you can combine are selling digital products and courses from the get-go, where digital products can be your smaller priced thing and that can lead into your marketing funnel and lead to selling the course, which is priced at a higher price point. And then you just go ahead and keep promoting these within your content to generate revenue. We have already done a dedicated video on how faceless channels can get rich in 2025 and make a lot of money using proven methods. So make sure you go check it out next. It's packed with a lot of actionable insights. Now, if you have come this far into the video, you are probably thinking, well, YouTube sounds like a lot of work. And you're probably wondering how you can pull all of this off by yourself. The honest truth is that you can't, at least not for very long. And that is exactly how you should approach it. Think of your time as your most valuable asset. The more time you spend on low impact tasks, on grunt work, the less energy you have for what truly matters, on tasks that move the needle, like finding compelling ideas, having a solid strategy in place, creating products and services that generate revenue. Successful creators understand this fundamentally. That is why they build a team around them and focus only on things that move the needle and or on things that they are uniquely good at, whether it's storytelling or being on camera. And then they outsource the rest of the work. So tasks like video editing, research, thumbnails, captions, scheduling, even scripting can be handled by others, often faster and better than you if that is not your field of expertise. So here is how you can start delegating smartly. Make a list of all of the tasks that are involved in running your channel. Then identify the ones that take up most of your time but do not require your unique touch or do not move the needle in the way that you want it to. Start outsourcing those tasks first. You can of course use AI tools as well if that proves to be cheaper, or you can hire real people. Platforms like Fiverr and Upwork can connect you with talented freelancers who specialize in these tasks. Now, these 6 steps or 6 skills are like dominoes. If one falls, so do the others. So you need to approach all of them in tandem. But with YouTube constantly evolving and with so many processes in place, it can get difficult to stay consistent. And consistency is the backbone of YouTube growth. That is why we created a complete guide on how to make monetizable faceless videos, and I highly recommend that you go check out this video next, because it will save you so much time and money that you can then spend on maximizing revenue and on doing things that you truly enjoy. So go check it out, and I'll see you guys very, very soon with another one. Bye-bye.